rolling, and I don't want your baby to fly out of the tram because that's real sad. So as long as they're not sitting on the very ends, they'll be just fine. I also want to double check and make sure that everyone has a pair of 3D glasses. Now, those are going to be important later on, so you don't need to wear them right now, but you can if you want to. I'm not going to stop you. We are going to need those a couple times during the tour. I'll make sure you know exactly when. If anyone does not have 3D glasses, raise your hand high right now. Yeah, nobody's raising their hand. Usually people start fussing before I even get to the question, so I think we're good. And since all of you are ready to go, I should really introduce myself properly. Hello everyone. My name is Aurora. I'm going to be your guide as we head to one of the biggest and busiest motion picture and television studios in the world. Now things are still kind of gearing up from our holiday break, so it's not too terribly busy out there, but there are a couple things working. And one of them is Home and Family. That's a talk show that airs on the Hallmark Channel. They go on the air in the mornings. We're going to be passing by their sets, and so we might have to do a little bit of a quiet zone. And a quiet zone is really, really easy. It goes like this. Watch your legs. That makes sense, right? Yeah. If you see this graphic up on your screens anywhere except right here on the load line, that means we are so close to filming that I have to turn my microphone off. Usually I try to tell you ahead of time like I'm doing right now. When we pass by the Home and Family set, we will probably have a quiet zone. But it can happen unexpectedly at any time during the tour. So I'll use this graphic to let you know the speakers aren't broken. There's no technical difficulties. Just sometimes somebody runs out and gives me a signal to cut the sound. So this is what we'll do. All right, it looks like we're just getting everybody organized and set up here in the front of the tram, making sure that everybody's good to go. So in the meantime, everybody double check, make sure all your belongings are secure for when we get rolling. Make sure you're comfortable, because this tour lasts between 45 minutes and an hour. And it's not going to feel that long, but it does take a little while. So, you know, if you have any personal business to attend to, if you decide you'd rather go to the bathroom and then take another tram, this is basically your last chance, and once we get rolling, you're committed. Oh, another nice thing to do before we get rolling is introduce yourself to the people sitting around you, because you know we're going to start with 170 strangers, but we're going to come back with 170 best friends. It's a beautiful thing. We've just been joined by my best friend, the most important person on this tram, the guy who's really going to be keeping the show rolling. It's our driver, Oscar. Everyone say hi, Oscar! All right, there it is. Oh, that was fun. It's kind of rolling. People waving all the way back. You guys, that was very nice. Oscar says hi back. He's going to take very good care of us. And then I have one other friend who likes to help us out. This is a guy who just likes to pop in and help us show people around. And you might know him from shows like Saturday Night Live or Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. These days, he's the host of The Tonight Show, and his name is Jimmy Fallon. Here he is.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Aurora.
And the greatest driver.
Oscar.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Aurora
owes me $5.
I'm gonna keep it.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
Okay, the safety rules are pretty simple, but let's go over them. Make sure you know what they are. The big rule is we just want everyone to stay in their seats. Please don't stand up for any reason, especially not while the tram is moving, and definitely do not attempt to jump out of the tram. This is private property. You'll get in all kinds of trouble. You probably hurt yourself. It's a really bad idea. So if you have any kind of an emergency, the thing to do is reach up and pull this red cord up above your head. That's our emergency cord. If you pull on that cord, we will stop the tour to help you out just as fast as we can do that safely. Okay, a couple other small things. Food and drinks are totally okay on board the tour, but smoking is not, so please no smoking. And photos are encouraged. I want everyone to take as many pictures as your heart desires, but selfie sticks are not allowed, and try not to use any bright light or flash. And that's it. That's all the rules. We've left our theme park behind, and now we're heading down our movie timeline. You're about to start seeing posters on either side of you, representing just a few of our favorite movies from more than 100 years of filmmaking. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, came out to California back in 1912. And Carl Laemmle's big dream was to build an entire city dedicated just to making movies. He started small. He bought a little chicken ranch down in the valley. He started filming some of his cowboy friends running around. And by March 15th, 1915, he was ready to open his movie city to the public. He started inviting people in to come take a look around, look behind the scenes, see how movies were made. This is kind of the beginning of the studio tour, and that's more than 100 years ago. Back then, things were more like a street fair. Nowadays, we do the tram tour. We've been doing tours like this one on our tram since 1964, so that's more than 55 years now. We're pretty proud of it. And Universal City truly is a fully functioning independent city with all the municipal services, like a fire station. Over here on your right, that is not a movie set, that is a real working fire station with real working firefighters. We like having those guys around. In addition to our fire station, our city also has a bank, a hospital, a post office. We're big enough that we have our own zip code. We have everything every other city would have except for permanent homes. So nobody lives here. And that makes us the busiest city in the world with no citizens. We're always busy. We're making movies, we're making TV shows, we're giving tours. There's always something happening around here. And the first place we're going to visit all together is the front lot of our studio. This is where we keep all of our sound stages. A sound stage is a big building with thick walls that gives our filmmakers a closed, controlled environment to do their work. Stage 12 over here on the left is a great place to begin. It's currently the home of The Voice with Blake Shelton and Carson Daly. So if you ever watch The Voice, you're looking at the inside of that building. It is the largest soundstage on our lot, and it's also the oldest. So before The Voice even came around, Stage 12 was already the home to some of Hollywood's most iconic locations. Places like Frankenstein's Lab, Dracula's Castle, Scarface's Mansion, and the Visitor Center from Jurassic Park. We built all of these sets inside the same building, just not at the same time. It's a little bit tough. And this is what a soundstage looks like when there's nothing going on inside. It's just a big empty concrete box. You can think of these sound stages as being sort of like three-dimensional blank canvases that our filmmakers will use to create whatever image they want to show you up on screen. And that could be literally anything. Once you go into a sound stage, the only limit to what you can build is the set designer's imagination and the size of the building. Right now our lot has 28 sound stages. Just about all of them are being used for television production. We have more than a dozen TV shows that call our studio lot home. And the majority of them for the last few months have been scripted comedies. We have lots of sitcoms working on our lot. Soundstage 21 over here on the left is currently the home of the show Superstore with America Ferrera, Ben Feldman, and Lauren Ash.
Let's take patience from one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act. Your face is where it is, it's going to get punished.
See, it looks like they're in a store, but really they're in Soundstage 21. The building itself is just the outside walls and the roof, and the film crew goes in and builds whatever interior they need for their story. And that's going to change out for every production. Back in the 90s, Stage 21 was used to film some scenes for some big movies like Apollo 13 and Jurassic Park. And we still get lots of big movies on our lot, like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt, The Invisible Man with Aldous Hodge and Elizabeth Moss. That's coming out later on this year. But most of the production we see day to day is for television. All the sound stages here on the right were built specifically for TV production. And sometimes we call this area Sitcom Alley for all the classic TV comedies.